Hey guys, it's Elizabeth with the Four Walls Podcast. Today I have Rudy joining me. Hello.
How's it going, Liz? I'm Rudy, a professional athlete and good old friend from back in the
Yeah,
day.
back in the college days, when we were all broke and just staying in one city. And now
It's
you're living abroad.
yeah, still broke, but just now traveling the world at the same time.
I'm still broke.
I eat ramen noodles every day and white rice. Nah, it's just the Asian culture.
Where are you living now?
Right now, I'm in South Korea. I'm living in Daegu, in the south
Ooh.
of South Korea.
And how is that? How has that transition been?
It's cool. The hardest part, honestly, is like the social aspect. So when I'm in Korea, like because I play American football here, and I'm playing for the team out here in Daegu, and like a couple of my teammates speak English. I want to say three of them speak English, like where I can actually have a decent conversation. Everyone else, hi, bye, but they're super cool. I love them. This is the first team I come back to play for in my professional career overseas, and so it's pretty cool. I love Korea. I love the food. People are nice, even though I can't really speak to them much, but
Mhm.
it's cool. And then I can travel to other parts of Asia pretty cheap, so it's a good like base to have. So that's why I go to Bali so much while I live in Korea to go kind of let loose and be social.
Yeah, so you feel like, have you met like a lot of tourists while you've been in South Korea to like hang out with while you've been out? Or is it kind
So I would say no, but I just hung out with a bunch of tourists this past weekend. I downloaded like this Nomad app,
of.
Nomadable or something. I don't know. Keep seeing on Instagram, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna download it because I was there. I was there in Seoul because I just came back from Bali last week, and so I still felt like I needed to like go out and be social at least one more time before I'm kind of like, I got a couple
Mhm.
games, and so I downloaded that app, and then there was like a group of like 100 people to go see like the drone show and stuff, and it was fun. It was a cool night until people had a little too much soju, and then some people got crazy because it's people from different countries, so everyone
Mhm.
acts a little when they're drunk, and then soju hits like a train randomly in the night, and you get a flavored soju. It tastes so good you don't even notice that it's alcohol until it hits. So yeah, it was a good day, good night. Yeah, it was cool.
Oh, good soju. When I went to South Korea last year with my friend Maria, I saw there was like I don't know the brand name, but it's like a clear white bottle and it has like a nine-tailed fox on it.
Mm,
And they have like a regular flavor and then like they had like a peach flavor. The peach
mm.
one was so good. I literally put 5 bottles in my suitcase and brought it.
You always when you drink the soju, you gotta get apricot, peach, or like the grapefruit because it honestly, I mean, you taste the alcohol obviously because it's strong, but or it's strong, yeah, a little bit strong, but it tastes good enough to be like, this might not get me drunk. But then it hits like a train. I missed the train the next day, so because I forgot it. I did miss the train. I was able to get another one like an hour later, but it was a good night. I had a lot of fun, and I did meet some tourists. Even though I didn't stay in a hostel, I feel kind of weird staying in a hostel in Korea. Although last year for Halloween, I did stay in a hostel, and that was really fun. I had a good time out here for Halloween. It gets crazy out here. Halloween's good.
Really? For Halloween, everyone dresses up?
Everyone dresses up. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. This year I did Halloween in Bali because I went to go watch Blackpink the next day there in Jakarta in Indonesia, and so I was like, you know what? I didn't want to do like go because it is fun here, but I didn't want to go out and hung day and then take a flight the next day hungover all the way like it's a 6.5 hour flight to Indonesia.
Hmm.
So I'll just go to Bali. I'll go back to Bali where I was just at like a week and a half ago. And I still have friends that are there that I met, that I made. So I was like, I'll go back to Bali, spend Halloween there, and then the next day just fly out to the concert. Yeah, that was a long day. It's a good thing I did it the way I did it because that was very long. It was so fun though. Yeah, Halloween was cool. And then the concert was super good. But Halloween in Hongdae is really cool. It's definitely something that I feel like people need to do on their bucket list. Celebrate Halloween in Seoul and Hongdae.
Okay, I would have never thought that Halloween would be that crazy out in Seoul.
Yeah, I hear it's pretty good in Japan and Tokyo, but I was thinking about doing that, but I had the concert to go to.
Yeah, it's pretty fun in Japan. It's a good time. Like going out in Japan, especially for Halloween. Like You got some cool cosplayers, and then Shibuya is just packed. Of course, they have like the signs up, like "Please, like no tourists, like keep it flowing." But then you still just have everyone in their costumes, and it's like,
Yeah. Where have you been? You went to
yeah,
Tokyo?
yeah. 2023, I did Halloween in Tokyo.
In Tokyo? Okay, cool. I gotta do it maybe next year. We'll see.
Yeah, it's a good time. I wonder like how the comparison is between like Hongdae and Shibuya.
Yeah, I mean,
How-
Hongdae is freaking packed, but the thing is, like, Seoul is like Tokyo, or Tokyo is Seoul, but on steroids. Tokyo is just so packed, like insanely packed. Hongdae was super packed, like bad, but yeah. But I can't imagine, like, I cannot imagine Tokyo actually. I mean, I can. I lived there for half the summer this year, so it was pretty cool. Good time.
That's so cool. What part did you live in?
I stayed in Sumida City, so right there by the Tokyo Skytree.
Dang, what a fun time. So like, what are some of your favorite things to do while you're in Seoul?
In Seoul, there's this
Yeah,
one Korean barbecue place where it's all you can eat. It's like $15, and
dang.
that's one of my favorite things to do. Go out, eat food, and go out. Eat food and go out. Well, that's okay. That's the only thing I've done in Seoul when I've gone.
Really? You
Yeah,
haven't done like any of the touristy stuff?
I did the DMZ. That was actually pretty cool. Last year I did touristy stuff. This year I've been traveling more. And half my time in Korea I've spent half the time I've supposed to spend in Korea I spent in Bali. So for whatever reason this year I've just been like going back and forth from Korea to Bali during
I mean,
season.
it's a beautiful place to be. It's hard to not want to.
Yeah, I don't know. It just calls me. I'm gonna be back in like 3 weeks. I go back December 15th. That's when my season finishes.
Dang, I love that for you. So what do you do while you're out there? Do you mostly just like party and hang out, or do you like surf or?
Oh, in Bali, yeah, I do party. I was gonna say in Korea, I don't really party, but in Bali, yeah, I do party. I don't surf because every time I see someone hurt, it's because of surfing, and I'm like, I cannot afford to be hurt. Not yet. Yeah,
Not,
so I always see people with crutches. I always see people in boots, bandaged up. I'm like, what happened? Like, oh, surfing. I hit the reef. I'm like, that's why I don't surf.
dang. See, I always thought it's because the tourists tried to get the scooters and be like the locals, and they just did not work out.
Oh, that too. Yeah, that too. Yeah, the good old scooters in Bali. That's a lot of fun. That's last year. I rent me and I made one of my best friends out there, a German American Killian. We rented scooters and went from Canggu to Ubud, and then we went to some waterfalls. That was a whole adventure. His bike broke down at like 10 at night. Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. We ended up getting home. We ended up finding some guy on the side of the street who was just closing up his shop. Got his tire fixed, and we took off. And then we did the
Dang.
Mount Tour hike like 3 hours later. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, Bali's crazy because like yeah, I go out a lot, almost if not every day, almost every day. And I don't normally go out. I don't normally drink, so that's kind of like yeah, I overdo it a little bit, but I still work out every morning and I still take care of
How are
myself. Huh?
the waterfalls that you went to? How was that?
Oh, that was so pretty. That was so nice. Yeah. There's a lot. There's so many, but I don't even know which one we went to. But we went to a non-touristy one.
So how were the waterfalls that you went to? Like the best things
So
ever?
pretty. Yeah, they were so pretty. The drive there was just insane. Sometimes you have moments where you see like things that are super pretty and like you experience these things and you're just like, how is this even real? I feel like I'm in Avatar or something. Like the scenery's just insane. And then just because we were riding the scooters and so I was just like trying to keep my eyes on the road because I don't know the roads and there's like potholes and I'm at the same time just like up in the mountains in Bali in the jungle. I'm just like, oh my god, this is amazing.
It's
And then
almost like
and the waterfall was super nice. It wasn't that touristy, so there wasn't a lot of people. So that was
wow.
really cool. So we were able to enjoy. I mean, there was a few people there, but we were able to enjoy time there. And there was at the very top, there's like a little like a cafe. So we drank some smoothies up there and took some pictures and stuff.
That's awesome. How did you find the waterfalls? Did you just go on like Google Maps or did someone tell you?
Yeah, Killian found it. I have zero clue. He was just like, "Hey, I think there's a waterfall over here, like an hour and a half away." Like, okay, let's go. Ah, a
Love
good
that.
time. Yeah, very
The
spontaneous. And so when I met him, I was like, "Hey, bro, how spontaneous are you?" And he's like, "I had just met him that day too. We went to the gym together. Then we ate at Santorini there in Canggu, some Greek food. And I was like, "How spontaneous are you, bro?" He's like, "Pretty spontaneous. Why?" I'm like, "Do you want to go ride four-wheelers in the jungle in Ubud?" He's like, "When?" I'm like, "Right now." We just went. It was a good time.
man, And I love that you're like in the city, but also doing the tours like out in the jungle and stuff like that. You're getting like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, that's what I love about Bali because you can do the party, then you can do like the beaches like in Uluwatu, which are
Mhm.
super pretty. The surfing there, and then you can go to Ubud, where it's like the monkeys, the forest, the jungle, the waterfalls, and then you can. There's so much more. You can go to like Gili T, Gili Air, Nusa Penida, Lombok, like it's all right
Man.
there. Yeah, so it's really
Yeah.
cool.
Wow, you've really been around. I'm so jealous. I love Indonesia. It's such a beautiful country. And you just get to
It is,
hop over anytime. That's so awesome.
yeah, if I got time, usually I'm somewhere else.
How was it staying in Jakarta for the concert compared to Bali?
Well, it's funny because last year when I went to Jakarta, it was like I had never seen buildings, tall buildings in Indonesia. So I was like, "Whoa." I was like, "There's tall buildings," and my Grab driver was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, I've only been to Bali, so it looks nothing like. I feel like I'm in Dallas. Like it was, yeah. It's interesting. It was interesting. The concert was so good though. Blackpink is amazing live.
Yeah, is that your first time seeing them?
Them, yeah. I didn't even know who they were as like a group. Then when I looked up who the individuals were, I was like, oh, I know Jenny, I know Lisa, I know Rose. Like I knew who they were. And then I had heard some of their songs, and I listened to more, and I was like, okay, I like these songs.
Is that from
So
before you went to South Korea, or is that because you're now living in South Korea?
no, it's definitely because I'm living in South Korea that I'm more exposed to K-pop. I mean, like the first song that I heard that I got me into K-pop a little bit, right? Because I've always loved different types of music. I've seen Taylor Swift, I've seen Olivia Rodrigo, I've seen Lewis Capaldi, I've seen Sabrina Carpenter, Gracie Abrams, I've seen Aerosmith, I've seen
Mhm.
Chainsmokers. Like I've seen a lot of. I went to the Country Music Awards. I've
Oh,
seen
dang.
all types of Sam Hunt. So
Yeah.
I've as far as music, I'm all over the place. I've seen Baby Metal, which is a Japanese metal band.
Dang.
Alicia Keys, like all these people. But for K-pop, the first song that I heard where I was like, okay, this is cool was Cupid by 50/50. Oh my
I'll
love.
listen to it.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, this is a good song. And then I was like, I would love to hear this group live. So I actually did hear them live like a month and a half ago. They didn't sing Cupid though because there's only one member that's still from the old like group of girls, so they want to move on from it. Like, yeah, so they didn't sing it, and I was kind of sad, but I understand why. But they were still super good. Yeah, they were still super good. They sang a lot of songs that I like too,
Yeah.
like
How was
Proof
it? I heard it was
was.
pretty intense buying concert tickets in South Korea.
Well, that I yes, it was a music festival, so it wasn't. It is when you're buying like for individuals. Like I'm probably not gonna see a K-pop group actually like here, right? That's why I saw Blackpink in Indonesia so much cheaper. I'm gonna see Twice in 2 weeks in Hong Kong because
Dang.
like tickets here is like 600-700 USD the resale,
Yeah.
maybe more with fees, right?
Hmm.
I'm gonna see Twice was in Japan. I was actually in Japan when Twice was there. I was there I went to go watch the track and field world championships,
Hmm.
and it was there in Tokyo, and Twice was there the same day, like before the track and field like finals,
Hmm.
and the tickets were $600. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna spend $600. But in Hong
Yeah.
Kong, it's $100.
That's not bad.
Yeah, in Indonesia, I paid 120 for my tickets to go see Blackpink. So it just I mean, I was already gonna be there. Hong
Hmm.
Kong, I have a direct flight from Daegu for like $80, but it makes sense. So that's like the type of things I do. I saw G Dragon, I saw CL, Louis Capaldi, and I saw Elton John at the Singapore Formula One race. So that was really
Dang.
cool. Yeah, so like I try to like make things make sense with like different things I want to do.
Yeah. It sounds like I need to start looking more into traveling for concerts.
Yeah. I mean that's a new thing for me, traveling for concerts. It's like the last year.
Yeah, I've only done it the one time, like when I was just in Colombia, Bogota. We literally went to go just to see Shakira.
Oh, you saw Shakira? Oh, that must have been cool. She must have
Oh
been
my
so.
gosh, it was so good. Like when I tell you, yeah, it was crazy. Like 20 out of 10, like amazing experience, just so dope. And it's like the price that we paid to fly to Colombia and buy the tickets and stay there would have been the same price that we were there for like a week compared to like going to see her in New York and staying for like 2 nights.
It makes no sense. Honestly, it makes no sense to see someone back home. I saw
Yeah.
Taylor Swift in Milano. I bought
Oh dang.
VIP tickets for like $500, and then like with the stay and everything, it ended up being. I mean, the most expensive thing was like staying at a hostel with Yellow
Mhm.
Square, which is a super nice hostel. I spent like $1,000 with food, tickets, hotel, and flights, and I was already in Europe,
Mhm.
and that was less than just a ticket to see her like in Florida or Indianapolis. I was like, that doesn't include Ubers. It doesn't include like hotel. It doesn't include. We don't really have hostels back in the U.S. We do, but in only
Yeah.
specific places. So yeah,
Yeah.
for that's just the ticket was like $1,200 or something for an Eras tour, and then I
Mhm.
spent 500, and I was like
It
in the. I had
is. That's
amazing.
crazy.
Yeah, that's for nosebleeds. Like you got to be all the way up there.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. Huh?
How was it being in Italy? I haven't been to Milano.
Oh, I love Italy. When I was playing in France from January till May,
Mhm.
every time I would just fly to Rome to eat pasta. It sounds so bad. I swear I'm not like that, but it's so because it's cheap. It is super cheap. Europe, like to travel, I paid like 25 euros, 30 euros to go fly from Lyon, France to Rome, Italy. Yeah,
That's
it's
so.
super cool. Yeah,
That is
so I'm not
so. What?
rich.
No, and that's right. Living over in Europe versus like living over here is it's so much more convenient. I would say to like
Yeah,
hop on a flight or a short like train than it is
yeah.
here. Where
All the
if
is
I wanted to
insane.
fly, like if I wanted to fly LA to San Francisco, like minimum like 125.
Yeah, which
Like
is cheap back home actually.
yeah, but it's
So
like
cheap.
the same. Like yeah, the same flight over there would be like 25, $50, and it's like
Yeah, it makes a big difference for sure. And then hotels are so much cheaper also. And then well, hostels you can meet people,
mhm.
you make friends. Like it's a good time, and most of them are pretty good.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite hostel that you stay in when you go to Bali?
Lushy Hostel. There's two that are good. It's the Farm and then Lushy. I stayed at the Farm my first year when I went 2 years ago, and then now I just stay at Lushy. Lushy has the best beds, the biggest beds.
Mm,
Have a nice workspace, and it's close
oh,
to the beach. So
what more can
yeah,
you ask for?
I know it's close to the beach. It's like five minutes away to like Copenhagen, which is like a famous like brunch place, and then
Mm,
it's really good. It's still fairly. It's like $7. You get a bunch of like a big old breakfast. You won't even finish it. It's still fairly cheap, even though prices have been going up. Then I'm
yeah.
like 7 minutes away from like the gym I go to.
Dang. That's so
Yeah.
perfect. I thought you have it all like planned out and figured out already.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty much like a local there because every time that I go to Lushy, they're like, "Rudy, you're back again."
Is that you just walk in and they're like, "Oh, he's back.
Yeah, I
Welcome
know
home."
for real. It's funny because I meet people and like I'm talking to them and they're just like, "They know you here." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I've stayed here a few times."
For a while.
Yeah, I'm back and forth. It's funny, and then I leave and they're like, "Okay, I'll see you again like a month. See you again for Christmas." I'm like, "I'll see you guys soon."
So how has it like what's been your favorite spot that you've lived so far?
It's so hard. So I've played football and lived in Spain, Norway, Australia, Korea, France, Mexico. I'm back in Korea and I just signed to go play in Ireland.
Oh dang.
So they're all so different. Like when I lived in Sydney, Australia. That was really cool. I lived really bougie. I lived in Paddington, right in the middle of Sydney, and
Dang.
I worked out in Allianz Stadium, and that I mean the most expensive gym I'll ever get the chance to enter because I would never pay that much for a gym. But the team provided it for me, and it was really cool. Go to the beach like every day with my friend Clark, my quarterback. That was a really cool experience. And that's when I went to Bali the first time. So that was really cool. But as far as like teammates and friends, and I would say Norway, I loved Norway. It was so pretty. Kristiansand's really nice. I made some amazing friends like Olaf and Hakan and Victor. It's a good time. I don't know. It's so hard. It's so hard. France this year, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, just hopping over to Italy for some pasta. I love that for you.
Yeah, I had a couple weeks off between games. Not off, but like I traveled between games. I live very abnormally. It's not normal for like even my job, my life, or this
Mhm.
profession for you to travel as much as I do, but I kind of make it a point because if I'm playing in around the world, I want to be able to travel too. So I make it a point when I sign with a team, I let them know like, hey, I want to be able to travel if I get some free time, and you know, as long as we stay. And I communicate a lot. That's very
Mhm.
important in relationships with people, partners. Like it's super important to communicate. And so I communicate with them like, hey, I'm thinking of going here, doing this. I want to go to this, soccer game, football game. I want to go to this concert. Just so you know these dates. Like, okay, cool, that's okay. And because I'm an import, I have a lot more experience playing football, so I'm better. That's why they pay me. Like it is kind of how it is. That's why they limit the
Mhm.
American how much you're allowed on a team. And so I'm allowed more as long as I perform. I'm allowed more, leniency to travel. And so I make it a part of the deal that I got to be able to travel. So I had a few weeks off after a game, and I always leave as soon as I play a game. I leave the next day wherever.
Mhm.
So I went to Rio for Carnival. That was so fun.
Oh my gosh, how was that?
It was really, really fun. It is a little dangerous, but
Yeah.
like I couldn't really like let loose. It was super fun, super pretty. People are nice. Food's great. Amazing experience. So beautiful. The beaches are nice.
Mhm.
I will say that the it is more dangerous than like going to Bali. I felt
Mhm.
it is. You got to look over your shoulder a little more. A lot of people got robbed. It's just because like there's not really like a where there's nice places. There's favelas close by, so it's unfortunate, but it's kind of it is what it is. As long as you try to stay in a good, you just got to be smart.
Yeah. Keep your eyes and wits about you. Don't do anything. Can't get too drunk. Can't get too
Yeah,
crazy.
can't get too drunk.
Be
Can't have your
mindful.
phone out. You can't have your phone out like this. Someone's ride a
Mhm.
bike and steal it and stuff. But I feel like I don't know. I've lived in some like for me, it's pretty normal. You just don't be dumb,
Mhm.
be smart, look over your shoulder, and just I mean,
Yeah.
I know we didn't live in East St. Louis, but we lived pretty close. We had to drive through in order to get to like St. Louis, right? To cross
Mhm.
to Missouri. You don't want to stop in East St. Louis and walk around. I mean, it's like common. I feel like there's a lot of common sense, back home.
Mhm.
I grew up in the ghetto before we lived in a nicer area. I have
Yeah.
a family that lives in Cameron Park and all the other places back home. So it's like when you're in
Yeah.
Mexico, you never know what can happen. Don't be dumb, and
Yeah.
you should
Yeah.
be all right.
Any big city, just yeah. Don't be dumb. Any big city
Yeah,
you go to, keep
yeah,
your wits
yeah.
about
And I've never had a problem. I mean, yeah, I've never had a problem anywhere. Even like Paris, I
you.
walked around at 3 in the morning. Yeah, I don't know. A lot. It depends maybe how you carry yourself, what you wear. I wear the same
Mhm.
things that I've been wearing for the last all the football gear pretty much. I still wear. It's like I still wear Lindenwood. I still wear Bethel. I still wear like all the other football teams that I've been on. Anything that I had, just like I've had for a long time. So maybe someone looks at me like that guy's got nothing for me to rob, anyways.
Oh
Everything,
my
all the
god.
jewelry I have is fake. So if they rob me, all right, I don't got anything valuable on me. So
Just mementos.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's a good time.
So how was Spain? That really interests me.
Spain, it was cool.
Yeah.
I lived in the north, so I lived in a part that you would never visit unless
Mm.
I don't know historical things or you want to go see some pretty nature. So I lived on the north coast in Gijón in Asturias. Super pretty, so nice. Definitely learned to use my Spanish more. I didn't really
Yeah.
because they don't speak English. Like at least in the
No,
north. They don't learn more. They don't learn like maybe they do speak a little bit, but they don't really speak. They don't learn it as much as like Madrid or Barcelona or like those areas
mhm.
that more touristic. So it was really cool though. I loved living in Gijón. That was my first team. It was really fun. Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time out there.
How was the transition of like leaving America for the first time and like actually living in another country instead of just visiting?
Huh? It was pretty. I mean, for me, it was pretty simple. I really didn't have any like big culture shocks. Nowhere I've gone, I've really had a culture shock. I'm a pretty easygoing person. I've made
Mhm.
friends everywhere I go. I go to the gym. I mean, I mind my own business. End up meeting people at the gym. End up meeting people out. And then, I mean, it's not like I'm. Also, I have my teammates, so it's not like I'm moving somewhere and I'm just like
Mhm.
totally alone. I'll hang out
Mhm.
with my teammates everywhere I'm at. So that helps a lot. And then I just walk on my own. Walk to the gym. Walk here. Walk there. I love walking. That's it. That's how you learn all the places. I can. I was in Bangkok last weekend on the way back from Australia. I was in Bangkok and I was just like, I remember this gym I went to last year. I was like, I wonder if I can get there without any directions. And I walked and I was like, I got there and I was like, yep, that's why I walked. Same thing in Singapore. Same thing with like just about anywhere I've been. Same thing with Seoul. Anywhere I've been, I can pretty much land back there and be like, all right, I know where things are at. Just because I've walked it and I've seen it and I've done it once. So it's pretty cool.
That's really good, actually, to have that kind of like memorization of like cities or
Yeah.
familiarity, I guess.
Can't do it with anything else, but when it comes to the gym and food, I can do it.
He's like, I know where this restaurant is. I just have to.
That exactly. Like I don't. If you ask me anything having to do with school, zero clue. Memorize zero things in college. But for life, it's pretty.
The next time you go to Bangkok, if you have time, there's a really dope food tour out there that you would probably really enjoy
Yeah. I
doing.
haven't I haven't I haven't really done much in Bangkok. When every time I've been there, it's kind of been for like transit. So
Mm,
I haven't really
yeah, that
done
is a good.
too much.
Have you spent time in like Thailand yet? Like
No,
other than Bangkok?
no, I haven't. I need to go to Phuket. I hear it's nice. I need to go to the beaches. Yeah, I want to. It just hasn't played out yet for me to do so. So I don't know if I'll be able to this year also. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Because I
Put
have
it
to.
on your.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
it's definitely on my list of things to do. It's just kind of like how things play out for me to go to like the next place and because I'm not really
Hmm.
like I'm not really like I'm not a backpacker. I'm
Hmm.
with my house, right? Like I travel all my crap, my football pads and stuff, so I can't really a lot of times things need to make sense. And I kind of plan
Yeah.
around events that I want to go see and do and so it's kind of like yeah,
I see.
we'll see. I do want to go to EDC in Phuket January was it 13, 15, 16? No, 14, 15, 16, something like that. That week,
Mhm.
mid-January. But I'm gonna be in LA. I have to go watch the Seahawks play. I have to.
You're actually.
Huh?
You're gonna come back to watch the Seahawks play? Are
I
you coming
have
back to
to.
like see family? Or are you
Oh yes,
literally
I'm gonna
just
see
coming
family
back?
too. Yes, they're gonna be there with me, of course. No, I have to. I was supposed to be there this past weekend, but it didn't make sense. It just ended up not making sense, and then I ended up going back to Bali for like a week. Then I went to Perth and then Bangkok and then came home. So
Dang.
ended up. And also I didn't want to take the flight all the way back. Like it's just
It's a long flight.
a long
It's a long
flight.
flight.
It is a very long flight. Like I'm not rich. Financially, it made no sense. Financially, also made no sense. You gotta be smart with your money, especially if you're traveling so much.
Hmm.
How you stay traveling, right? You be smart with your money. You pick
Yeah,
and choose
you do.
what's worth it and what's not. Seahawks are doing good, so they're gonna make the playoffs, at least the wild card rounds. That's January 11th, 12th, 10th, 11th, 12th, or 13th, somewhere around there. So I'll probably go from Bali to back home. I do have to drop off a few things to make my luggage a little lighter, and then I'll probably head from there. I gotta visit friends. I might spend like a week and a half out there back home. I have to cut my
So
hair, and then I have to go back to Europe, and then I have to go back to Europe.
you can't cut your hair in South Korea?
I'm scared. I'm terrified that they're gonna mess it up. I mean, okay, South Korea is actually the best place for me to cut my hair because it's
Yes.
the it's the close it's the closest thing to what like the wolf cut is the closest thing to how I get my hair cut back home. Like when I trim it, it's like that. Right?
Yeah. I feel like they would do it. Like South Korea is known for like their beauty standards and stuff like that. So I feel like they would do really well cutting your hair.
Yeah, but where I live, they don't speak English. Like I don't like. What if she's messing up and I don't want her to do that? I don't know how to tell her
No,
to
it's
stop.
Korean.
Yes, okay, okay, yes. I don't speak Korean. It is so hard to learn. It is so hard to learn. It's an alien language. I know, like, 안녕하세요, which is like hi, and then 감사합니다, which is thank you. That's it. I know,
That's
I know,
that.
I know, like one bad word, but I can't really say it.
No, what about Google Translate? You don't use. I feel like when I was using Google Translate, it was just fine.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of really things I need Google Translate for. Like, when I go to the markets, I know like the prices and I know like what I to cook, and I already have pretty much my set meal from last year that I pretty much make every day. Other than that, I know the gym, how to get there, and public transportation to get to the airport. Everything I do, I pretty much don't need translation for. So I could use
So
Google Translate. Yes.
when you get these contracts for working with these teams, do they put you up in like an apartment, or do you have to get your own housing? Like, how does that work?
No, yeah, they give me an apartment or a flat or a house, or just depends on the team, the location, kind of what the city's like. So I've lived in
Mhm.
apartments. I've lived in like little flats in the middle of the city. I've lived in three-story house in Sogna in the mountains of in the hills of Norway.
That must have been beautiful,
Yeah, it was so pretty. Norway was amazing. Yeah,
man. In the mountains too. I could only imagine how beautiful that would.
yeah.
I feel like Norway's.
It was a trek to get to the city, but it was super pretty. I took the wrong bus. It was nice. Yeah, I miss Norway.
Man,
Go visit my friends. I'll go this year to go visit at some point. Maybe in January.
yeah. What did you do while you were in Norway for traveling? Did you stay and travel like the country, or did you visit surrounding countries?
So that was okay. Nor with traveling, this like it wasn't until I was a year in really where I kind of like decided I need to do
Mm-hmm.
more. Because like I said, like for what I do, athletes don't really like travel like I do. And I've always I don't know if you remember me from college at all, other than like us being out. But like I've never been the type to just like accept just how it is. I've always been like, I need to work harder, I need to
Hmm.
strive for more. How can I maximize, what I do and make just like do it at another level? And so just like with football, just like with life, I played in Spain. I didn't travel anywhere. I traveled close by Santander, which was super pretty.
Hmm.
A few hours, like an hour and a half. When I was in Norway, I didn't travel anywhere. I also loved where I was at. And I loved my friends and my teammates, so I was just with them on my free time. And then on the way back to the US, so I went back for half the summer, for like a month and a half. On the way back is when I saw Louis Capaldi in Milano, because that actually it was weird how it lined up. Like I had a layover in Milan, and during that layover, Louis Capaldi is performing, which he's my favorite artist. So I had to see.
Yeah.
Ended up being his last concert until this year. Yeah, because he called
Dang.
off his tour because of his Tourette's the next concert, and so like I saw him, and then I went back home, and then I went to Australia that August, and I tore my knee in Australia, which was a byproduct of kind of what happened in Norway. It was kind of weird how everything kind of went down, but I tore my knee in Australia, and I was coaching the running backs while I was there because I was already there. So I was like, you know what? I really like this team. I like my roommate, my quarterback Clark. He was someone that I looked up to in the realm of like professional, like overseas athlete. And so like I wanted to stay there for longer. And my life in Australia was so bougie. It was so nice. Like it was cool. Like it was a great experience. It was so
Mhm.
chill. So I was like, okay, I'll stay here. And so what happened was we had a week off, and I was like, Clark, I want to do something. Like, are you down to do something? And so we were looking at other places, Australia, to maybe travel to, but everything's so expensive to get to. Australia's expensive.
Mhm.
So it's just like, and then I was like, okay, let me put Australia to anywhere. I was looking at flights to try to go like to Brisbane, Melbourne, like all that. I saw Bali. I was like,
Mhm.
Bali. I was like, why does that sound familiar? And this thing just in my head, like it's Bali Baby, kept coming up in my head. I don't know where I saw it, maybe some reels or some movie or something.
Yeah.
And so I told Clark, I'm like, hey bro, are you down? And this was like a day and a half before the flight. Like this was like 2 days before the flight. I was like, are you down to go to Bali for this week off? We had like 8 days off. And he's like, Bali? I'm like, yeah, Bali, Indonesia. It's close by. It's cheap round trip. It's like $300 round trip. Are you down? He's like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Bro, I just bought the flight. Do you want to go or not? I'm gonna go alone if you don't want to go, but I want you to come with me." And so he bought the flight, and it was spontaneous. It was like that, and that was the first time that happened. And then when he said, because he had been playing overseas professionally for a while, I think at the time
Mhm.
in his fifth or sixth year. Something like that. It was he had been playing for a while, a bunch of countries, and he's like, "This is the first time that I'm actually gonna like travel while playing." And when he said that, I was like, that like unlocked something in my head, and I was like, I have to make sure that I travel while I play more. Like I can't. Like he's been doing this for so long, and amazing
Yeah.
person, amazing athlete. But the fact that he hadn't been able to travel even just a little bit,
Yeah, that's sad.
yeah, I was like, damn, man. I was like, nah, I have to take advantage of my life and my lifestyle and where I'm at, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. I need to travel more. So I was just like, that clicked in my head, and I was like, okay, cool. So then I went back home from surgery on my knee. I got surgery there in Mexico on my knee, and I actually went back to work for Disney. And I was there for 2 weeks before I was like, yeah, I can't work for the mouse again. Like it's just not gonna work. I was like, nah, I'm good. I went from traveling the world and getting paid to travel the world to being on Mickey Mouse's time. I was like, nah, I'm chilling. So I self terminated, and then I was like, okay, this is I have time to go anywhere I want because of football. I'm not geo locked to a country or anything. So
Hmm.
it, I was like, I'm gonna spend the whole. I had three things I wanted to do. I had just gotten into Formula One, so I was watching Drive to Survive. So I was like, I want to see a Formula One race. I want to pet lions in Dubai, and I was going to the Paris Olympics. So, and those things were months apart. I was like 2.5 months apart from each
Yeah.
other, right from the first to the last. So then I was like, how can I connect this? And that's when I started figuring out like how to plan traveling and how like events and stuff and like that. So I went to Formula One in Barcelona. I went to Morocco first. That was spontaneous. I had to just leave the U.S. because flights are getting delayed from Dallas. Things are getting more expensive. It was expensive to go to Europe because it was the summer. So I got a cheap flight to go to Morocco. Morocco to Spain was super cheap. So then I got Formula One tickets to go to Barcelona. I saw Olivia Rodrigo in Barcelona. And then I went, Rome, to Morocco, Barcelona, Abu Dhabi, Dubai to pet lions, Greece, Mykonos, Peros, Paris, Austria to visit my old quarterback from Norway. He had his championship game. Back to Paris for the Olympics, and then I had signed to play in Korea. So I went back home for a week and a half. Saw Seahawks play in Seattle, and then went straight to Korea. And then I just kept. I've been traveling nonstop since that summer, pretty much.
That's so cool. I just love listening to that. I'm like, wow, look at all these places.
Yeah, yeah. And then, like I saw Taylor Swift in Milan. I saw Gracie Abrams in Portugal. I saw Sabrina Carpenter there in France, and I was living there in Paris. I play Pokemon now. I play Pokemon TCG now. So everywhere I travel, I play like with the cards and stuff, and like I've played in the European Championships in London.
Dang.
I played the European Championships in London, and then flew straight to my game, scored two touchdowns, offensive MVP, and ran for like 160 yards. Yeah, it's like I went to Brazil for Carnival, and while I was there was a Pokemon tournament, so I took my deck and I played regionals in Fortaleza there in Brazil. I mean, I've played in Portugal, Italy. I played everywhere but the U.S. I played here in Korea. I played in Japan. I played in Hong Kong. I played in Singapore. I played in Malaysia, Indonesia. I mean, anywhere that I've been. Yeah, it's been. Yeah,
So if
it's a
there's
good.
one country to like pick, like if someone was like, all right, we're taking your passport, you're stuck in this one country, like where would you want to be stuck?
Italy. I love pasta. It's simple.
Because of the pasta.
I don't, if I'm stuck somewhere, pasta. Okay, if I had to be stuck, yeah, it would be Italy. I like I like
Easy.
I like the Colosseum and that kind of stuff, like the architecture, like the history. I like the pasta. So good. Carbonara pasta in Rome. So good. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Or
that is
Mykonos.
one thing that
Mykonos is nice.
mm,
I love Mykonos.
I have yet to go to Greece, but one of these days I'm gonna make my way there.
Yeah,
One
for
of these
sure. You for
days.
sure have to. I got some cheap places you can stop by if I remember what they're
Oh,
called.
bet.
I know how to get there. I don't remember what they're called. I'll just be like, you gotta walk here, and I'll send you like a
Take two left
yeah.
and then
Take two lefts, take a right, and then once you see this stop sign, you have to. Yeah, that's pretty much how my directions will be.
I feel like that's the epitome of a man's directions.
Yeah, it's funny because when I ask for directions, that's what someone tells me, and I understand. I'm like, okay, cool.
Like I don't know.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, cool. Yeah, but I think I
That's
think
so.
it'd probably be either Australia or yeah, Italy for sure. I love
Mhm.
Scandinavian women. I'm gonna marry one. But they're just not social. They're so cold. Unless they drink. Unless they drink.
Culturally, like that's just how they are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're just more cold. They don't really talk on the bus. I mean, but yeah, they drink. They get absolutely crazy, a little too crazy. But yeah, because I would say either Sweden or Norway. Also, it's pretty out there, but it's also too cold. I need the beach. I need some heat.
Yeah, it's really.
Yeah.
So, how was Morocco? How time did you spend there? Just a little while? Was it just like a layover?
No, I was there for a week and a half, or like
Eh,
10 days or something. Yeah, it was like 9 days or something. That was I had no idea what to expect. I didn't even know it was in Africa. I had zero clue. Like it was the cheapest. Okay, relax. I know it's in Africa now, but at the time, I had no, when I booked the flight, it was literally like it was like 2 days before the flight, and it was like, okay, I need to leave. I need to leave America. That was the number one thing.
mhm,
So I looked at like Dallas to anywhere, and like on Google Flights,
mhm.
and Morocco was there, Marrakesh, and I was just like, okay, cool. So once I bought the flight, I was like, all right, where am I going? I don't even know where I'm going. Do I need a visa? Like I had zero clue what was going on.
So that's crazy. The fact that you bought your flight before looking up if you needed a visa is so wild.
Yeah, that happened actually like last week. I got a flight to Vietnam, and I didn't know I needed a visa for Vietnam because I don't need a visa for like all of Southeast Asia except for like
I
Vietnam
know.
and Laos. It was a whole thing, but I ended up getting a flight from Vietnam to Bangkok, and I was able to leave. So I was chilling. That's why I was in Bangkok. But yeah, that was an expensive mistake for sure. So now I'm definitely looking up. That also happened. So when I was in Brazil, talking about expensive mistakes, when I was in Brazil, I was in Rio, and I had the spontaneous thought to go to South Africa to Cape Town, but I didn't
Hmm.
know I needed a yellow fever vaccine from being in Rio to enter either other parts of South America or go to like or go to South Africa. And so I tried to board the flight and I got denied, and that was $1,000 down the drain, and that was sad. But then I ended up
Yeah,
doing so. I ended up just following through with my plan. I saw a soccer game in Fortaleza. I played a Pokemon tournament. It was still super fun. But $1,000 did hurt. It's not. That's a lot of
yeah.
money. In traveling, that's a money. I was
A
like, bro,
lot of
that's like
money.
a month. That's like a month of traveling. What the heck?
That's crazy. That is a crazy, like,
I've had a couple
yeah, that
mishaps
was
that,
crazy.
that are costly for sure, and so I have to.
Yeah,
I'm better about it now, but obviously not that good because last week that happened. But I will be for sure looking up because visa things change all the time.
they do. They
Brazil
do.
now we need to actually apply for a visa, tourist visa.
Really?
That they implemented that like 2 weeks after Carnival after I left. So I
Good
didn't
to
even know
know,
that
because I,
until my friend David told me. My brother David, he told me so.
they,
He works for.
yeah, I was thinking about going with my boyfriend to Carnival, this upcoming Carnival. And so it's good to know that we're going to need
Oh, I'll
visas.
be there.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I'm going back. Yeah, I'll be there, and then this time I'll do more. I want to I want to do
We'll have
like
to,
the Amazon River.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I want to do the
Like
Amazon
stay the
River
night?
tour, boat, spend the night out there, and go to like the little villages, and I want to do more. So I you
Yeah.
need the yellow fever vaccine.
Okay.
Get the yellow fever vaccine because then you can't go to other parts. Like you can't go to Argentina or Peru or like the other parts of South
Mm.
America because Rio is
Wait, like directly? Is it just directly from Rio? Or because I've been to Brazil, but then I've gone to like Colombia and Peru
yeah,
and stuff
no, it's like
afterwards.
it's the Rio area. If you're there for more
Mm.
than 24 hours, even for a layover, you need the vaccine. And that was yeah. I called
Mm.
my mom and I was like, "Hey, do I have the yellow fever vaccine?" She's like, "We don't have that in the U.S." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Nope." They're like, "All right, you can't get in." I was like, "All right, cool." But they got me a
Okay,
hotel for
back to
like
America.
back to America. You don't need it.
No, Marrakesh. Back to Morocco. Like I actually really want to go.
Oh, you
Like I want
should.
to know like what it is. Yeah.
No, I really enjoyed Morocco, and I love meat. So like tagine and um couscous is really good. It's funny because the joke is, what do you want to eat? You want couscous or tagine? The two options you have. But I recommend doing the Sahara tour. That was so
Mm-hmm.
cool. Except my camel, he tripped and we fell. That wasn't cool. But
Dang.
the beach is so nice.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, some of the prettiest beaches I've ever seen. Sunset. It was amazing.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely on my list of things to do. I need to go. I can't. That's crazy. I can't believe that was the cheapest flight from Dallas. Because
Yeah, me
usually it's
neither.
really expensive. Anyways, yeah, but yeah, Marrakesh, Morocco, definitely on the list high up. I can't believe you just went like so spontaneously. That's such an amazing time.
Yeah, I want to. I need to go back. It was really cool. It was really nice. The beach, super nice.
Yeah, that's one thing that I was surprised when somebody said is they were like, "Oh yeah, there's a really good beach town," and I was like, "Wait, really?" So that was
Yeah, I
really
stayed
surprising.
at Tamrat. There's a Tagazout, Tamrat, Agadir. Agadir is a big one. That's where you can fly into. You can like just go
Mm,
along the coast.
okay.
Super nice. Definitely recommend. 10 out of 10.
So have you made your way to South Africa yet, or no?
No, I was supposed to go. I was actually supposed to go in January, but some things just didn't work out, so I'm not going.
I understand. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it just yeah. It also it's so out the way. I'll go at some point for sure,
Hmm.
and it sucks because January is actually their summer, so it would have been perfect to go.
Wouldn't it be hot?
But think, huh?
Wouldn't it be hot for their summer? Like really hot? Doesn't it get pretty hot?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why.
like this.
That's why it's perfect. The beach. I'd be on the beach
That's
out
true.
there, and yeah,
But
but I don't. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. It is what it is. Eventually, I'll go. Maybe next
one of
year.
these days. So, what's one piece like of advice you'd give somebody?
One piece of advice I could give somebody: do what you love and love what you do, and everything else will come along with it.
Mm. Yeah, you've definitely made that come
Works for
true.
me.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
and hard work pays off. Hard work pays off. That's another thing. They go hand in hand. Hard work pays off.